Number one, export preparation. I've talked about that already. Number two, getting buyer. I've talked about that already. Number three, raise the money. Whichever way you want to. There are about 20 comments though. I hope nobody is asking questions. They can hear me. Export funding. Then product and market, production and procurement. Now, immediately, are we together, please? Yes. Immediately you finish, get to this point, and your product is ready. Then you go to tradesystem.gov.ng to process your NXP. NXP is Nigerian Export Proceed Form. That is the application form for export in Nigeria. Nigeria Export Proceed Form. You fill that detail. When you fill it, you submit it. You fill, attach the pre-export document and submit it. So you fill the forms and submit to Fidelity Bank. Bank approve NXP and transmit to PIA. Now, when bank approve the NXP, they will transmit to the inspection agent in Lagos. That's appointed by the government. In Lagos, it's called Nigerian technology. Your agent now will go and engage this inspection agent. At that time, your good is in the warehouse. Container is booked for loading. Inspection is done by customs, NDLA, SSS, buyer inspection agent. Inspection is done. After the inspection is done, PIA notifies next fee value and exporter paid next fee. PIA notifies next fee and exporter paid next fee. Next, now when you are starting from Nigeria, you don't pay export duty, and even in the new tax bill, you don't pay export duty. You pay a fee called the Nigerian Export Supervision Scheme. Nigerian Export Supervision Scheme, and it is 0.5% of the FOB value. What is FOB value? The value of the goods plus your profit. So if the good cost is let's say $100,000 and I'm selling at $120,000, my FOB value is what? $120,000. The value of the goods plus your profit. 0.5% of that is what I pay to the government. So it's not a duty, it's a fee for the service rendered by the inspection agent. Is that what? Okay. PIA transmits, the bank transmits the next fee, next visit to PIA. Because immediately the inspection is done by the pre-shipment inspection agent PIA, they will transmit the receipt to the inspection agent. The inspection agent of government issue what is called CCI, Clean Certificate of Inspection. That document is sent to custom. Custom, based on that, will clear you for export and issue single good declaration from SGD. Immediately this is done, your good is ready for shipment. The shipping line then, based on this document, will load the good on board the vessel. Having loaded the good on board the vessel, you can then, at the shipment done, they will issue you a bill of lading, and then you can do the other documentation, bill of lading, insurance, invoice, packing list, certificate of origin, any document that is required by the buyer. Then you send the document to Fidelity Bank or to the buyer, depending on the payment method. Fidelity will send it to the importer's bank. Importer's bank effect payment, and then your account is credited. Now, this is the step-by-step process from Nigerian perspective. Under the pre-export document, here, for you to be able to fill and attach this document, the place to go, please note this down. The place to go and fill this form online is called tradesystem.gov.ng. Tradesystem.gov.ng. Okay, yes, it's here already. Tradesystem.gov.ng. Tradesystem.gov.ng. Then you attach your certificate from government, your certificate of inspection. Sorry, your certificate of export or export license. To get an export license in Nigeria, you need to be a limited liability company. Yeah. And export must be one of the objectives. That means you are not just a limited liability company, export is one of the objectives. That means in the Memorandum of Article Association, you know, generally for most business, they put import export general merchandise. You see that statement is good enough. The word is export is important. Export, exporter, exportation, as long as SPOT, SPORT is there, that's good enough. It doesn't matter what you want to export, just export. With that, you can get your export license. To get your export license, please, you don't need anybody. You don't need anybody. You don't need anybody. Not everybody collect your own money. I'm serious. You don't need anybody. You don't need anybody. When we are rounding off, we'll give you a number you can chat. We can send you a link of a video we have done on YouTube for you to do it. You can do it yourself in your house and pay with your card. It's 30,500, and it's valid for 2 years initially. Then afterwards 1 year. but you don't need anybody to get it. All you need is this document I'm talking about. The only reason they will reject is either your certificate is not legible, the document is not legible, that's all the CHC document is not legible that you uploaded, or it's legible, there is no word export there. If those people are there, it's rare for them to reject. And you will get it within 24 to 48 hours, and you don't need to call anybody, you don't need to know anybody. You know why? We don't have exporter in Nigeria. Why will you create a bottleneck when you are going to go and invest your budget in Senate, and you don't have no exporter? You are going to justify the money you want to spend now. Yes, now, so if you don't create a system that makes it easier, then that means less people will export. So it's a lot easier to get. So please, you don't need to pay anybody. It's 13.5, you pay with your card online, and you get it within 24 to 48 hours. You just need to have a limited liability company. So that will be attached here, alongside with a pro forma invoice. Alongside with the pro forma invoice. That's all the document require. But at this point, if your product, now when you get to this point, this is where you might have issues. Inspection. If your product is value add and is food, you need NAFDAC. Now, for example, if you have NAFDAC number, you are good. If you don't have NAFDAC number, then NAFDAC come and take sample and analyze and give you a certificate for that shipment. Does that make sense? Yes. So that means if I don't have NAFDAC number, I can see export. Only that for every shipment, I will need to invite what? NAFDAC to come and take sample and analyze. That might take you about 3 weeks. But so that means you have to plan ahead because it will take you about 3 weeks, depending on the parameters they are analyzing for you. And they do that test free of charge, but you pay their logistics for coming to pick it up. But the test is actually free, but you pay, because if you're outside Lagos, of course it's more, but if you're within Lagos, you can easily arrange them to come and pick sample and then for the analysis.